What's up, everyone? Billy Carson here. What's up? What's up? All right. I'm live everywhere, all at the same time. I'm on one, two, three, four devices here. I'm on YouTube Live. I'm on Forbidden Knowledge Instagram Live. I'm on Anunnaki History Live. It's trying to kickstart that video. And I'm on Facebook Anunnaki History Group Live. Okay, so I'm live everywhere. And I'm hopping in here to talk about the event coming up this weekend. I'm going to talk a little bit about the Anunnaki and kind of an overview as to what the topic is going to be about. I'm also going to drop this here in the chat, this link on the YouTube chat. For those of you who are on Instagram, the link is in the bio on my account. If you're on Facebook, the link is actually in the caption of this video that I'm recording right now for y'all, so you can tap that link as well. Okay. Somebody says, can we talk about the relationship between the Benin and the Anunnaki? Well, the Anunnaki are actually, Anunnaki is a generalized term. It means those who came from heaven to earth, or people that came from space to the earth. So it's just like if we human beings left Earth and went to Mars, let's say, and we met a Martian, the Martian will call us Earthlings, and we would tell that Martian that we were Earthlings. Okay, that's what we would say. We're Earthlings, even though we may be Americans, or we may be Asians, or we may be Mexicans, or whatever. That's what it is. And by the way, somebody says aliens are demons. Actually, no, aliens aren't demons. The only demons that exist are the people walking on this planet. Yeah, those are the evil people that exist in the universe. Human beings. You got good human beings and we got bad human beings. You have good people from other planets and you have bad people from other planets. The only demons that exist are the ones inside your own head. Okay. The only heaven that exists is the heaven inside your own mind. As a matter of fact, in the biblical text where it starts talking about gates of heaven, that comes from the Emerald Tablets. And that the gates that are being talked about is actually a stargate, not any type of gate where you're getting into this golden palace city to live forever. And by the way, in that religion, if you really understand and you really studied it, you'll find out that only a chosen select few people are allowed to get into the inner city. And the rest of the people that still supposedly made it to heaven have to live on the outskirts. They can't really live in the, because they're not the chosen ones. You see, so religion really promotes segregation. It promotes racism. It promotes divide and conquer. And that's why religious people will kill you. A religious person will kill you. A political person will kill you. They will kill you for their ideology. If you walk up to a person heavy in religion or heavy in politics and you oppose what they believe, they will physically want to attack you. They will try to kill you. That's a fact. They'll kick you out of your house if it's one of your relatives. They'll ban you from the house. They'll kick you out. They'll take away your inheritance. All this kind of stuff. It happens every single day. And the biggest killer on this planet, on the planet Earth, the biggest killer of anything that ever existed is religion. More people have died over religious beliefs than any other reason on the face of this planet. More. And so you look at the Nazis and what they did in Germany, what Hitler did, 6 million Jews, and then you look at what the Christians did. Yeah, they don't teach you that in Bible study, do you? Yeah, they don't teach you that one. 80 million people tortured and murdered. And then they took the torture and murder tools that they used to kill and torture these people around the entire planet and put them in a museum so you can go look at them. You know, the popes ordered the killing and the murder globally of 80 million people over the course of 700 years. The papal inquisitions. That's why I laugh when people say it's the end times. This ain't no end times, man. This is the better times. The end times, they came and gone already. Y'all missed it. Okay? End times came and gone. There's been way more worse times on this planet than we're living in right now today. And I'm talking about 10 times worse. Bubonic plague, that should have been the end times. Papal inquisitions, that should have been the end times. The American Holocaust, The American Holocaust. You don't know about that one, do you? 118 million indigenous natives killed on the Americas over the course of 110 years by Europeans and Spaniards. The American Holocaust. They don't teach you that one in school either, do they? Yeah. All these people making Hitler look like an angel, ain't they? And then, of course, you have 400 years of slavery. So, and that was all predicated on what? Religion, because the Bible promotes slavery. The Bible promotes slavery and says it's okay to have slaves. And Jesus even says, obey your slave master as you would obey me. So you see, a book written by men with an agenda to force you into these ideologies so they can control and rule over you and run you and destroy your entire life and your seed's life, all your future generations, keep you mentally and physically enslaved and impoverished while they sit back and laugh and make trillions of dollars and do all their hidden agendas, all their black budget programs, leaving the planet and everything else. That's what this whole thing is going to be about on Sunday. You're going to find out what they've been doing off planet. You're going to find out. I'm going to take you to Mars. Secrets of Secrets of Atlantis and the Anunnaki workshop on Sunday, 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. I'm taking you to Mars live. And we're going to have a look around. I'm going to show you how to log into the access portal and get in there just like they do. We have free access. It doesn't cost a penny. I'm going to show you how to get in there, and then I'm going to show you how to have a look around and see what's up there. They don't think people see what you don't understand is they have to show you everything. They have to show you everything. Nothing is hidden. Not one single thing is hidden from us. Not one thing. Forbidden knowledge doesn't mean hidden knowledge. It means hard to find knowledge. It means you can't be lazy. You got to dig in and do some research. You got to start asking questions. You got to start looking for things. You got to become your own investigator. That's what it means. You see, everything that we've done, everything that's been done to human beings, I should say, has been allowed by us. Everything that has been done to a human being on this planet, slavery, rape, torture, suppression of information, financial enslavement, political enslavement, religion, we've allowed it. That's a tough pill to swallow. That's a tough pill to swallow. We have allowed it. We, who's we? Now it's up to 7.7 billion people on Earth. We allow it every single day. Every single day, we allow what's going on to happen. Pandemics and all this stuff. We allow it. If you want to blame somebody as to what's going on the planet, then just turn on your cell phone and put it in selfie mode and take a picture of yourself. Snap, snap. That's what you do. And then you're going to find out who's to blame. When 1% of the world, I'm talking about even less than that, really. We're talking about just a handful of families. We're talking about a handful of people can control 7.7 billion people. We got a problem. And the problem is not them. They're doing what they're born to do. They're doing what they are born to do, dominate. Heck, I can't even be mad at them. They got 7.7 billion sheep to herd up every single day. We're the ones that's allowing it to happen. We keep participating in the game. We keep playing their game. We don't want to research. We don't want to find out the truth about ancient history. We only want to go so far back. We only want to go just far back enough to make ourselves feel comfortable. Oh, it's all black people. Oh, it's all white people. Oh, it's all indigenous people. Oh, it's all this. That's where I'm going to stop because it makes me feel good on the inside. Now it goes a lot further back than that, guys. It goes a lot further back than that. I had somebody contact me today about how come you're not teaming up with this one? Or how come you're not teaming up with that one? I'm going to people that I don't care I don't care what race you are. I'm going to team up with you if you know what I know. If you can speak on what I speak on and you done read these tablets. See, a lot of people say they done read these tablets. They haven't read a tablet. They have never read a tablet. I've read these tablets. I've read these cuneiform tablets. I know how to write in cuneiform. I know how to teach. I've taught classes on hieroglyphs. I need people that know the real truth. I need to tap into people that have dug and spent the years in research and dedication and sacrifice to get this information. So I team up with people like that. And if I find somebody else that's in my same race that's done the work, that didn't just stop in Africa, I love all the Black history. It's phenomenal. There's a lot of information. I'm gonna be posting some great content this month. However, at the same time, things go back way further than Africa, to when Africa expanded into Mesopotamia and was actually part of the Arabias. There's a lot of history that goes back even beyond that we have to tap into. The further back we go, the more we learn. And the more we learn from the past, the better our future. You cannot build and develop a future if you don't know what happened in the past, because the past is prologue. The past is prologue. We are in a loop. We're in a time loop. You don't even know it. We're in this loop. We're in a cycle, man. We are in a cycle, and we can't break free of it until we get this knowledge, real knowledge, not knowledge that makes us feel proud on the inside because we stopped right here in this category where we were dominating. No. Forget this supremacy stuff. Forget Black supremacy. Forget white supremacy. Forget indigenous supremacy. Forget Asian supremacy. You want to learn the truth? You got to drop all this egotistical supremacy bull crap. Only melanated people can go into space and only white people can do it. I'm tired of this foolishness, man. You guys sound like dummies, some of you. Not all of you, but some of you sound like complete idiots. Okay? You're trying to violate the laws of physics based off of skin tones. Somebody put a bullet in my head, man. Medulla oblongata. I won't feel a thing. Just send me back into the reincarnation cycle. We got to stop this craziness. All right? We got to stop it, man. The reason why they're dominating us is because our IQs are effed up. We are more concerned. Listen, they did a study. I was just on with a Harvard mathematician on a podcast a couple of days ago, Robert Grant. He actually gave me a great review on my book, Woke Doesn't Mean Broke. And I'm in a private group with him and several other quantum physicists from renowned universities around the world. It's a very small little group that we meet up on Thursdays and we talk physics and mathematics. He was telling me about a study that they recently did where they took a group of people and they asked them if they would take these offers. In other words, if they had competition and their competition was given $100,000, let's say, and they were offered a chance to have $136,000 or $135,000, would they take that $135,000? Or if they would take another offer, which would be that they would get $200,000 and their competition would get $210,000. Do you know that the majority of the people picked the $135,000 or $136,000 offer just because they had more money than their other predecessor or their competition or their friends or whoever else was in the group? They'd rather have less money to feel like they had more than somebody else. This is the IQ we're rocking on the planet with. This is the IQ. Come on, man. They took the lower amount of money so they can feel beat on their chest. I got more money than them, instead of them having 200,000 and their other people that they're competing against, or whatever you want to call it, their predecessors or whoever, has $10,000 more than them. They took the lesser of the money to beat on their chest. You see the stupidity? These are educated people. These are Harvard and Stanford, no, these are educated, quote unquote, educated people. Pocket watching and envy. Those two things have destroyed the human race. And wanting to beat on your chest. We were first. No, we were first. No, we were first. We got to stop. This is why I need to have this workshop to teach you guys what really happened, to answer all the serious questions. Black people were black in the Bible. And we were black. Okay, great. You were black. And guess what? Black people did. We had slaves. Yeah. Black people in the Bible. Hebrews were black. Okay. You can have that. Fine. And who enslaved people? Black people enslaved people. We enslaved our own selves. We enslaved our own race of people, and we enslaved other people on the planet as well. Yeah. What do you think they learned it from? We were teachers. You see, but nobody wants to talk about that either. So stop beating on your chest so hard and start learning about beyond the Bible. Let's go beyond Egypt. beyond the dynastic era, beyond Kemetic eras. It goes way back. It goes way back. Kem is just the beginning of this era. We need to go further back than the land of Kem. We got to go out. We got to get off planet. We need to leave Earth to get to the truth. We can't even stay on Earth anymore. That's how far back we got to go. I'm taking you guys to Pleiades, to the Pleiadian star system. That's where we're going, the Pleiades. That's where we're going. We're going to the Pleiadian star system, and we're starting there. We're going to talk about the Lyrians and the Syrians and those races, the Orions. Yeah. We're going to talk about the Adelbrons. We're going to go into these people. And we're going to move into all the other star system and constellations, Zeta Reticulus. We're going to talk about Sirius A, B, and C. We're going to talk about where our solar system came from, because our solar system that we're living in right now did not originate in the Milky Way galaxy. Didn't start here. Did not start here. So we are aliens ourselves. Human beings are aliens in this solar system. We don't even belong here. This entire solar system does not belong here. It was dropped into place here by the Sagittarius dwarf galaxy, which has now been part of mainstream science taught in colleges. Why? Because we discovered what that swath of stars is going across the sky. And I'm going to show you what the ancient Egyptians and the Kemetic people and the Indian people from India and indigenous peoples from America was trying to teach us. The Mayans were trying to show us. And we kept saying, oh, that's the Milky Way galaxy going across the sky. No, I'm going to show you and teach you what it really is and where it's from. I'm going to go into deep into where we came from, where we originate, how we got here, how the Earth actually got here, because the Earth is brand spanking new in terms of geological timescales. The Earth is not as old as some of the planets in this solar system. Why is that? Why is the surface of the Earth not as old as some of the planets in the solar system, but the core of the Earth, the deeper you dig, you find that it's more ancient? That's because Earth is part of another planet, Tiamat. Tiamat, in ancient times, millions of years ago, blew up. Tiamat is now the asteroid belt. All the civilizations know about the asteroid belt, all the ancient civilizations, okay? All of them. The asteroid belt used to be a planet. That's why it's just broken up into giant chunks and now circling the sun as big, giant chunks of debris. But one big chunk of it, a massive piece, swung away and became the Earth. And am I telling you this from my own personal theories? No. I'm quoting the Enuma Elish and the Seven Tablets of Creation. And I'm also quoting from the Atrahasis epic. Okay? The moon, they'll teach you in school that the moon is because of a collision between an asteroid or a comet and our planet. Bullcrap, didn't happen. That's why the surface of the moon is mostly helium-3. You know what helium-3 is? Helium-3 is the cleanest burning molecule that you can find right now in the solar system. You could take helium-3 and put a gallon of helium-3 into a vehicle and drive from New York to California, and the only emission you're going to have is steam. That's what's on the moon. The moon is fuel, free fuel. That's what's up there. Why do you think they don't want to keep? Why do you think they want to keep the information about the moon away from you guys? Because they're mining this stuff. The next trillionaires or quadrillionaires are going to come from people mining the moon. Okay? I'm looking around because I'm looking at all these cameras. That's what it is, guys. Mining the moon. And but you're going to find through this event on Sunday that the Atlanteans came to this region and dominated the Earth, the moon, Mars, the moon Titan, the moon Triton, the moon Enceladus, Mercury, Venus, and even Pluto. And of course, there's another planet that you guys probably never even heard of. You have Mercury, Venus, Earth, and then people think it goes straight to Mars, right? No. There's another planet right after that called Ceres, C-E-R-E-S. Not Sirius with an S, not the one that's the star system, but another small planet called Ceres, C-E-R-E-S. We're going to analyze that planet. I'm going to show you some zoom ins of that planet from space probe data. And I'm going to show you some things on that planet that are going to blow you away. By the way, official press release on all the major sites, all the major science sites, including space.com, European Space Agency. Ceres has more fresh water than Earth. Ceres, the planet that you've never been taught about, has more fresh water on it than Earth. And there's lights on the planet. Lights. The lights are on. Yeah, the lights are on. Yeah, lights. Even on the side of the planet that's not facing the sun, the lights are on. We're going to look at that. We're going to have a look at those lights. We're going to have a look at what's on the planet's surface. We're going to have a look at the water. We're going to analyze the science data. We're going to analyze the science data from Mercury, Venus. We're going to look at anomalies on Mercury, anomalies on Venus that shouldn't be there, according to what the science has been telling us. There should be nothing on Venus. There should be molten iron rain and all this other kind of crazy stuff. Well, Russia landed their probes on Venus and transmitted back sound and video, the Venera missions. They sent 14 missions to Venus. And we have not only the video and the sound, but we also have movement of something that's not a human, but something that's alive on the ground, movement. So we're going to go over this. We're going to show you these anomalies. We're going to show you what's on the Venus surface, my own personal discoveries that made it to many TV shows, many documentaries. We're going to take a trip to Mars in real time. We're going to look in the eyes of the Mars Curiosity rover. And I'm going to bring some of y'all up on stage in real time while we're on Mars. And I'm going to ask you to tell me what you see there. I'm going to take you to a region that's going to have you scratching your head. You're going to start to see things that architecturally are very, very similar to things on Earth. Not because they're the same, but the building technique is the same or was the same. And these are ancient cultures. So you're going to discover through circumstantial evidence that the Atlanteans were not just a ring city in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, that the Atlanteans were not just a global civilization that dominated the planet Earth itself, because they did, but that they were not only even just an interplanetary civilization, because they were able to travel from planet to planet, moon to moon. You're going to discover that they were intergalactic. You're going to discover that Atlanteans, who are the Anunnaki, means that's their generalized term name, but their civilization was Atlantean, are a intergalactic civilization, means they could travel within the galaxy. I'm going to show you evidence of this. I'm going to show you proof of this. I'm going to show you what I discovered in Australia in February 2020, when I went out in the bush and all the fires to go document the Proto-Egyptian hieroglyphs out there in the middle of the outback. And I'm going to show you what we discovered out there. And it's going to blow your mind. It's now official. The patina has been dated to 5000 BC. That's the growth inside the crevices of these glyphs. And the hieroglyphs have been now verified by the Board of Antiquities of Egypt as verified Proto-Egyptian hieroglyphs in Australia. Well, I'm going to show you this stuff on Sunday. It's going to blow your mind. It's going to blow your mind. Thoth, the Atlantean, you know, that I wrote my book about, the guy with the beak, right? Which, by the way, is a helmet. He doesn't really have a bird's nose. He's etched into the ground. There's about a 100 foot by 100 foot etching of Thoth, the Atlantean, in Australia, in the middle of nowhere, in the outback, etched into the ground. And the patina in the actual glyph is dated back 5,000 years. And he's on a ship. He's on a spaceship riding through what appears to be the Milky Way galaxy arms. Thoth, the Atlantean, 5,000 years ago in Egypt, along with Proto-Egyptian hieroglyphs. And it's going to be mind-blowing. You guys got to get on here. You got. I'm telling you, this thing is going to be ridiculous. You're going to find out stuff here that you never thought before. And hopefully, my main goal of this workshop is that we drop these racial barriers, that we drop this egotistical concept. We built the pyramids, or we built the pyramids. It's time to erase all this foolishness, because the IQ that goes behind ego like that is very low. And when I say low, I'm talking about extremely low. Every time somebody thinks they got a little bit of knowledge, they start beating on their chest. You just literally barely scratching the surface. Barely. I mean, when I say, I mean, barely scratching the surface as to what really is going on out here and what's going and what's really happened in the past. And I mean, barely scratching the surface. All these big people speaking on these things and, you know, barely scratching the surface. You know, I was on an Ancient Aliens panel, and one of the gentlemen was challenging my knowledge based off of what he heard about Sumerian tablets. But I said, well, have you actually read them yourself? Never read them. What is the difference between going to church and listening to a pastor and then leaving out of there and regurgitating the same information but never studying the book yourself? What's the difference? It's the same difference. You know, if you're going to be a personality on TV telling people about these theories in a way that is very believable, but at the same time you haven't even read this stuff yourself, are you kidding me? I mean, are you freaking kidding me? All these people that are saying all this, making all these great claims about what our race did, they can't tell me one hieroglyph. They can't put together a sentence in glyphs. They can't speak the language of light. They can't read cuneiform text right off the tablet. Right off the tablet. They can't write it. They don't even know what a stylus is. They don't know how to even write in cuneiform. They don't know how to even make the clay to the right softness to be able to press the stylus into the clay to make a word or a letter. But they got these great grand, you know, dominant theories that they want to present to the world based off their own feelings and emotions and a little tiny bit of information they might have learned from hearsay. And they run off with it with nothing to back it up. And everybody runs after them. Oh yeah, this guy knows what he's talking about. Really? Where's the proof? Where's the back? Can we sit down and let me pull this tablet down. Let's read this tablet right now together. Let's read it. I can. Can you? Let's pull out the passports and let's count the stamps. Because now I'm at my third passport book. My third passport book, because they keep filling up. I got to keep getting more passport books. Which, by the way, I kept telling you guys, if you remember, travel while it's still legal. I kept telling y'all on Forbidden Knowledge for all these years. I kept telling you guys, travel while it's still legal. Y'all didn't listen to me. You didn't listen to me. You kept coming up with excuses. I got kids and I got to go to work and I got to do this and I got to do that. And now look, it's hard to travel now. It's a whole process. I got to fly to the Discovery Channel next week. I had to go do the COVID test and I got to and send this Federal Express it to them so they can approve it and that I don't have the COVID, and I can come up there and film these 3 seasons of shows. I got to do 3 seasons of shows in 3 days, a season a day, you know. Then I got to fly back. Then I got to take another COVID test so I can hop on a plane to leave the country. Eventually, we're going to have these cards, you know. So it's tricky, guys. It's tricky. I told you guys to travel while it was still legal. You guys didn't get it. Some of y'all didn't get it. But anyway, this Sunday, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be a fantastic workshop, 4 o'clock to 9 p.m. We'll probably go a little over. And I'm going to teach you some things. And it's going to be one of those workshops where you're going to have some information and some knowledge that you can really then talk to people about and back it up. Not just all this hearsay, this guy's good and he knows what he's talking about. But where's the facts? Where's the homegrown proof that he's done this work and effort? I got the homegrown proof. I got the effort. I got the proof that I can read these texts. I done taught classes on reading this stuff. And my classes and workshops are on Forbidden Knowledge TV. And so once this workshop is over, it'll be saved and edited to Forbidden Knowledge TV. And everyone who was at the live workshop will have free, unlimited access to replay it and watch it over and over and over and over again. Okay, over and over again. And so that's what we're going to do. So it's going to be an amazing workshop. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to getting this information out. This is going to be my prequel to the Chronicles of the Anunnaki. which is still in, we got slowed down a lot, obviously, by the COVID situation in terms of getting a lot of the script writing and having script writers do work and all this other kind of stuff. But the process is arduous and it is moving forward. So this workshop is like a prequel to my Chronicles of the Anunnaki, and also a new book that I'm co-writing with Matt LaCroix called The Epic of Humanity, which that book is going to be the first book in history to have the most ancient text in one book, in the same exact book, all at one time. Nobody will have it. Nobody has, and nobody will probably do another book like this. And that book is coming out by this summer. Epic of Humanity. Okay. And behind that will be an entire TV series as well that I'll be doing on Forbidden Knowledge TV with myself and Matt LaCroix. It's going to be an amazing series. So it's a lot going on, guys. But again, this workshop is going to be incredible. It's going to be Sunday, January 31st. It's on Eventbrite. So you can just go to eventbrite.com and just type in Billy Carson. The event will pop right up, or click the link in the bio of this account or any account, any caption, if you can tap on it or whatever. Get in there and check it out. It's going to be amazing. I'm looking forward to bringing people live up on the actual stage during the actual event while we're on Mars. Because I want not just my voice. I want to hear what you guys got to say. I want to hear what y'all have to say. Tell me what you see there. What would you compare this to, what you're looking at right now? What do you think this might be? I'm going to have you guys analyzing anomalies in real time. You're going to be part of the show. I'm bringing you on the show. You're going to be part of the show this time. I don't want just my voice. I want everybody to get involved here. And you're going to be taught how to access these data feeds, how to get into these video feeds and these gigapans, so that you can analyze these anomalies on your own. Because the true goal and mission of all of this is to teach people how to become researchers of anomalies, so we can catalog even more. We've cataloged about 58,000. We need to catalog 100,000, 200,000, 1 million anomalies, and we can get more attention on the world stage with the more, when we have more anomalies that we can present to the world. Things that are out of place, these out of place objects that shouldn't belong on these moons and planets and even in space. We're going to analyze comets like 67P. I'm going to show you what I discovered on this comet. A comet that we sent an actual probe to land on. In the data feed, the data came back. And I'm going to show you 2 different days and of the same side of this comet. And you're going to tell me what you see. I'm going to let y'all tell me. I'm not even going to say, I want to find out what you think is there, what you're seeing there. You're going to find out there's a whole lot of ways to live in this universe. Not just what we consider I'm in a house with walls and a roof, and I got baseboards and I got a refrigerator and all this kind of stuff. This is just one way of living. This is one way. This is just one type of way you can actually live in this universe. There are probably thousands of ways you can live in this universe. Okay. And this is probably, to be quite honest with you, probably the technologically least advanced way that we're inhabiting this planet right now. Basically, a virus on the surface of the planet. In 100 years, this planet is extremely old, and we've now been here for what? This planet is billions of years old. We've only been here for a couple 100,000 years. We only had technology in the last 100. Well, we're rediscovering the technology. But in the last 100 years, so since we started rediscovering technology, look what we've done in 100 years to this planet. In 100 years, we went from a horse buggy and a carriage to sending probes into space. We even have probes that have left the solar system now. I think we even have a probe now that one of the Voyager probes left the Oort cloud. If you don't know what that is, you'll learn that on Sunday. And so if that's the case, but look at the nature of what we've done to the planet in just this short period of time. In 100 years, we've destroyed this planet. We destroyed it in 100 years. So when people are out here talking about all these different viruses and things and that, whatever, the real virus is human beings. We got to change ourselves. We're the ones that need to be, detoxed and everything else. We got to fix this, man. The only way to fix this is to find out, how do we get like this? I'm going to teach you how we got like this. There's a reason why we're thinking and doing and acting like this. And a lot of it isn't because we're just born to be evil. It's because we're operating off of programming code. We're running on programs. People are literally living and running on program, and they don't even know it. They think they're acting under their own volition, but you're not acting on your own. 90% of the time, you're not acting under your own conscious thought process. You're running software, man. That's what you're doing. You're running software. I'm going to show you where the software came from. I'm going to show you how it works. I'm going to show you how it's encoded and how the encoding works and how it transmits, how the RNA works, how the DNA works, how the epigenetic memories work, how this encoding happened 200,000 years ago at a place called Adam's Calendar in Africa. I'm going to show you when the GMO human was created, the GMO human. Yeah. We're going to go deep. We're going to find out why it happened. We're going to find out how our lifespans got shortened, how they took away our ability to live for thousands of years. Before we were Homo sapiens, we can live for 2,000-3,000 years. Now we can barely make it to 70. I'm going to show you this in text. All of this. So you can figure out what in the heck is going on, why we're acting like this. Why am I thinking like this? Why am I feeling like this? And hopefully we can start to bring, take down the veil of blindness that everybody's walking around with. We got people getting to a certain level of wokeness, and then they want to beat on their chest. People contacting me and telling me and commenting to me, why you got a Rolls Royce? Why you rich? Are you serious? First of all, abundance should flow to everyone. If you're not operating in abundance, then you're doing something wrong. I don't mean you got to be a billionaire or a millionaire. Abundance is different for everyone. But if you can't pay your bills, you got a problem. You got a serious problem. You're not as woke as you thought you were, because a woke person knows how to keep the bills paid, period. And if you can't pay your bills, it's called laziness and ignorance. And you don't know how to manifest nothing. Okay? The second thing is, you got to understand, I'm a master at what I do, an absolute master. And that's not pride, that's not ego. I literally am a neuroscientist. That's what I am. I understand how people's minds work. So you see, if you see me doing a live in a Rolls Royce, I'm catching people. I'm reaching out to new people that maybe I'm not really about this woke stuff, because these people are kind of lame. Oh, wait a minute. This guy got a ghost. Okay, he got a Rolls Royce. I want to hear what he got to say. Now I done cast out my line and I'm just reeling them in. I'm reeling them in. You got to understand, I learned from the ancient sages. You go to any ancient sage and you'll find out that they hang out with prostitutes. They hang out with criminals. They hang out with drunkards in bars and get drunk. Yeah, that's what they do. You go into darkness so you can bring darkness to light. And if you're not going into darkness to bring darkness to light, then what are you doing? If I'm only hanging around people that are at my level consciously, that's going to be a very tiny circle. That might be a damn dot. And then how am I going to affect the change in the world? How am I going to affect change in the universe if I'm not moving into other areas? If I'm not sliding into the dark side so that I can grab a hold of some people with some information and meet them at their level and drop some seeds on them. What am I doing here? If I'm only going to sit up on my high horse in a big throne and lay back and go, yeah, I got all this knowledge, man, I'm good to go. I ain't got to do nothing. And that's it. Talk to 4 or 5 people on the phone about it, and that's it. That's the end of it. That's my mission complete? No, wrong. The reason why this guy is depicted as an ibis bird, you see that long beak? That's an ibis beak. The bird is called an ibis bird. You can find a lot of these birds in Egypt. The reason why he's given that beak as a symbol, it's a symbology, is because the ibis bird has to put his beak deep into the mud to get sustenance and bring the sustenance out so they can actually eat. So the symbology there is that you have to go into darkness to bring darkness to light. If you read, even in the Bible, Yeshua, that's his real name, not Jesus, Yeshua, He hung out with prostitutes and drunk people, and he even got drunk himself. But he was at the same time in there dropping little knowledge seeds. Gandhi, all these people, and they walk in abundance. They never want for anything, but they got no money, they got no job. But everywhere they go, everything is laid out for them. Food, no problem. Place to sleep, no problem. Clothing, no problem. It may not be the best all the time, but all the necessities of life are met. Period. They're out there feasting, man. Out in the wilderness. Abundance. You're supposed to manifest abundance 24/7. 24/7 manifest abundance. That's what it's supposed to be. The Anunnaki and Atlanteans, they got you thinking the opposite way, in reverse. This is why we got to go into the ancient past. I'm going to show you how they manipulated this situation to get us thinking like this, to get us thinking in a way that has us craving low vibrations and poverty and begging and asking for forgiveness and begging somebody to come and save us. They did that to us, and I'm going to show you where it is and how they did it. And they got that. Then they have us passing it on from generation to generation to generation to generation, and we keep it going like a virus. That's exactly what it is. It's a consciousness virus that we keep passing on from generation to generation. Well, I'm here to break this generational curse. I'm here to snap it and disconnect it and unplug it. That's what I'm here for. That's my mission. That's literally what I'm here for, period. Period, point blank. It's to disconnect it. It has to be stopped. Somebody has to come in and say, shoot, got to stop it. It's gone too far. It literally has gone too far. We're in the 21st century and people are still chasing after fake deities that don't even exist. People are still begging and hoping for forgiveness from some sky wizard with a magic wand in the 21st century. This was enacted millennia ago as a psyop, is really what it was, an Anunnaki psyop to get us to worship them and do all this work. And it's the 21st century, and we know better. We got technology. We know how things work now. We understand a little bit of science. We got some physics. We understand microwave technology, how cell phones work and all this stuff, and communications, and we know this stuff. And at the same time, even the top scientists in those fields are still hoping and praying that some magical deity shows up and whiffs them away into some magical kingdom in its invisible dimension. I'm here to tell you that you're already immortal. Every single one of us is already immortal. We are already divine. Every single one of us is already divine. You don't have to wait to become divine. You don't have to dip your head in a bottle of water or a bucket of water to become divine. You don't have to pray to anybody to become divine and immortal. You already are immortal, every single one of you. Your avatar body is nothing more than reconstituted atoms. The atoms that are making up your avatar body, this just regenerated atoms into this particular format at this moment. These atoms have been here for 13.7 billion years. The atoms in your body, and atoms store information. Atoms store data. This has now been scientifically proven. So all the information from the beginning of time till today is stored on every atom inside of your body. You're a walking library of the universe. And the same exact divine consciousness that we all are part of, because it's only one consciousness, is the same consciousness that's inhabiting temporally, it's time, inside of this avatar body to animate it. There's only one consciousness. So you have in your neighborhood, you have a radio station, right? That radio station is transmitting out 99.1, 99.2, 99.3, 99, all coming from the same source. And then your avatar body picks up this frequency. So you're in your brain, in your skull, you have 3 neurons called the neural correlates of consciousness. These are 3 giant neurons that wrap around the inside of the skull. And guess what they look like under a brain scan? They look like a crown of thorns. Sound familiar, Christians? Does that sound familiar to you? A crown. Every single person is walking around with a crown of thorns. And then those neurons, they synchronize with the magnetite crystals in the base of the brain, You have billions of magnetite crystals. Crystals, you know, crystals communicate. Crystals pick up frequencies and encapsulate frequencies. That's how you have crystal radio sets that work. And then you have your neocortex. Get it? Neo from the movie Matrix. You think they just made that name up? The neocortex is responsible for spatial and higher reasoning and consciousness. Those three things together work in conjunction to encapsulate a frequency that 99.1, it captures it. And then it downloads it into the avatar body and holds it here. And then your frequency animates the avatar body. And then you think you're you, that you're not me, that you're a separate person from me. In true reality, individuality and separation is all an illusion. All an illusion. I'm talking to you guys through all these cameras, but I'm really just talking to myself. And when you're talking to somebody, you're talking to yourself. There's only one person. There's only one entity that exists. There's only one consciousness. Separation is an illusion. Whew, got a lot to learn. Listen, you guys, let me tell you something, man. We got a lot to teach. The biggest mystery that they have us doing, the biggest trick that they've played on us is he's black, he's white, she's Asian, she's indigenous, and all this crazy foolishness. Foolishness. I'm better than them. No, I'm better than them. No, I can do this better. I'm a better athlete, and I can jump and run, and I'm smart, but I got this, and I can do this too, and I can. And they're looking at us. When I say they, I'm talking about real aliens, advanced people from space. They're looking down on us, and they're going, not ready. They got a lot to learn. Lot to learn. When I fly by this planet in a spaceship, and I scan the planet, and I go, oh wow, they learn how to split the atom. I can detect nuclear weapons. I can detect nuclear power plants. Okay, they're getting there. I mean, that's not the real way to go. It's not free energy, but they're moving forward technologically. And then I analyze these weapons, and I go, wait a minute. These weapons have a code. Let me analyze the coding in these weapons. Oh, they got over 1,000 nuclear bombs. I thought initially they were to protect against a space invader, but they're actually pointed, the codes tell me that those bombs are set to go back directly onto themselves. No, they're not ready. We gotta watch this show. Hey, let's go ahead and drop a couple of probes out here in deep space and go back to the crib over here in Sirius B. And let's sit back and watch this, man. We got to see what the hell is going on out here. We need to analyze and watch this. That's what's going on, guys. Foolishness. They're looking at this and going, they got a lot to learn. These people have 1,000 nukes pointed at themselves without escape pod. No escape pod. We're not going to escape it. We're just going to point them at ourselves and blow our own selves up while we're still on the actual planet. Yeah, we won. Boom. You see how stupid this is? It's just dumb. So they look at us like we're ants. Ants. To prove this to you, I'm going to tell you what we do as human beings. We go out, and you've seen the documentaries. I got documentaries on Forbidden Knowledge TV. What do? We get our cameras out. We go to the Serengeti Plains in Africa. We go to the Sahara Desert. We go to the jungles of Amazon, right? And then what do? We create these little hides, these camouflage hides, and we get in there with our telescopic cameras, and we get into the dens of these animals, and we put cameras deep in their dens, and we analyze them. We hit them with we alien abduct them. We alien abduct the animals by giving them a dart that knocks them out, and then we alien abduct them from their environment, and we put collars on them that track them. We inject tracking devices into their skin. We alien abduct them, and we probe them and analyze their sex organs and stuff like that. We take their semen and their eggs and all this other kind, take them back to the laboratory, all right? Then we put them back in their environment, and we sit back and watch. And we see how they interact and what they do, and we track every move they make. What do you think is happening to human beings right now? You don't think it's happening to us? It's happening. Oh, what's happening? When 10 million people have the same story about being abducted by aliens, it's happening. When people are having probes and microscopic nano trackers pull out of their ears and out of their fingers, it's happening. There's a satellite orbiting our planet called the Black Knight satellite, which I'm doing a documentary on right now. It's been up there for 13,000 years, according to the frequency it's giving off. It gives off a location of the Boötes constellation, but where it was in the sky 13,000 years ago. And the Sumerian tablets showing this device, which is going to be in my documentary, Black Knight Satellite, The Untold Story, coming out in a few months. What's it doing up there? The military won't touch it. NASA won't touch it. European Space Agency, no other country in the world will touch it. It's still going around our planet right now. It made Time magazine in 1960. It made Time magazine. It's still there. It ain't going nowhere. They're not going to mess with it either because they don't know what it's going to do. It's watching you. Every move you make. You know why? It's in a polar orbit. It's not in the equatorial orbit. You see, in a polar orbit, the satellite orbits like this. As the planet spins on its axis, it takes swaths of data, and by that method, it can see everything going on the planet in a very short period of time, and it can take science data of the planet as well. The topography, the heights, the depths, the lows, the oceans, the water table, the height, the intensity of civilizations in certain regions and places on the planet. All that data can be collected in a polar orbit. In an equatorial orbit, you can't get that kind of data. This is you can't get that. We couldn't do a polar orbit till the 1990s, effectively. This thing has been in a polar orbit since before 1960. Yeah, and it weighs 15 tons. We couldn't even load. We couldn't even launch a 15-ton payload into space in the 1960s. And how do we know it's 15 tons? Because we scanned it with one of the STS missions back in the 90s and took HD images of it. And those same HD images are on NASA.gov servers. They label it space junk. It's space junk, yeah. Well, I'm going to show you this space junk. It's not going to be, it's not what you think it is. It's something else. They're watching you guys. The same people that have mentally and physically enslaved us and taught us how to do the same thing to our own selves are still watching and analyzing from afar. Still analyzing and seeing where we're going, still sitting back, laughing at how long it's taken for us to advance, even untouched by them. Their programming is so powerful and so strong that here we go in the 21st century, and these people haven't been here for almost 2,000 years, and we're still screwed up today. Still screwed up today. This is why we have to learn about the ancient past. This is why we have to go deep into antiquity and figure out what the heck is going on, where the war started from, who fled as a space refugee to what areas, what star systems, who came here, why, and what the heck did they do to human beings to make us into Homo sapiens sapien, mentally and physically enslaved prisoners of this planet. And the only way to fix the problem going into the future and understand it is to know what happened in the past. Where did politics come from? Where do you think it came from? While they operated under their own separate type of a hierarchy, they gave us humans, this is in the Sumerian cuneiform tablets. We're going to analyze this on Sunday. They gave us the bicameral Congress 6,000 years ago. They gave us the bicameral Congress. They gave us the politicians. Yeah. They gave us that. They gave us inflation. We're going to show you how they gave us inflation. They gave us fiat currency. The evidence of fiat currency has been discovered on cuneiform tablets, stone tablets. Over 1 million of them, by the way. Over 1 million. This is the stuff that other people don't know. So when people keep contacting me going, how come you're not working with only black people? Black people know this and know that. I don't know any black people who know what I know. I'm the one out here doing this work. If you find somebody that's black that knows what I know in this area, they didn't just stop in Africa, that went further back, then send them to me and I'll be happy to work with them. Until then, I got to do what I got to do. I can't worry about races and all kind of colors and all this kind of foolishness. I'm out here to do a job. So we got to get to work. So Sunday is going to be the event. It'll be 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. It's going to be a mind-blowing event. Nobody's ever taken you guys to Mars before. Nobody's ever taken you to the other planets in real time and had you look around and get your opinion in real time. Nobody. Okay, and that's what we're going to do. And it's going to be amazing. So I'm looking forward to it. Sunday, I'm going to be getting back with the remote viewers that I had in my first workshop last month, or a month and a half ago, I think it was now. I'm going to be doing an advanced remote viewing training class with them. It's free for them because they already had a remote viewing workshop with me. And I'm picking out, and the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm building a team of remote viewers, a private team, my own private team of remote viewers, so that we can go and grab intel and do some special things behind the scenes. And so I'm going to be building them. So that'll be Sunday. I'm going to do a 1-hour advanced training with them. They've already gotten the emails from me on that. And then Saturday night, which is this Saturday night, is the Woke Doesn't Mean Broke workshop. So we got that going on. Sunday, let me see what's the date here. So Sunday, this Sunday. I'm sorry, that's going to be not this Sunday. It's going to be, for remote viewing, it's going to not be this Sunday. It's going to be the 7th. This Sunday is the actual event. And Saturday is the Woke Doesn't Mean Broke workshop at 8 p.m. I'm going to be going over the second half of the, this is free for people who own my book, Woke Doesn't Mean Broke. I'm going to be going over the second half of how to create a business plan. I did the first half last Saturday. This Saturday, I'll do the second half. For those of you who get that link, people who buy my book, they get an email with a link to the free Saturday night workshop. All right. But guys, it's been great. I've been on here for just about an hour. Thanks for taking the time, spending some time with me here. As you can see, I'm pretty passionate about this stuff because it's important. We are the pioneers that are ushering mankind back into a golden age. Literally, we are the pioneers. And it's going to take, sometimes it's a little bit of tough love. I got to talk a little strong sometimes because we have to wake up. There's another level to get to. There's another level of knowledge to seek. One day I'm going to give you guys a tour of how I did my house. Before I used to do all my books in one room, in one cabinet area. Now that I moved to this house, I have my books everywhere. Everywhere you go. So no matter where I go in the house, there's knowledge around me. I decided, you know, why do I want to keep the knowledge locked away in one room? It's time to spread the knowledge around the entire house. So everywhere I go, I got access. I see knowledge. Everywhere I move around the house, I see knowledge everywhere. And that's what I've done. We have to keep bettering ourselves in everything that we do. We have to keep seeking perfection in everything that we do. We can't get stagnant. We can't get satisfied and happy because that's when we fail. That's where we fail. And that's the biggest problem that I see out here. People get a little bit of knowledge, boy, and they just kick back them and they just, they run with that. And they think that they got all the answers. I don't have all the answers. And I'm digging deep. I mean, I've read over 1,000 books, cylinder scrolls, scriptures, papyruses, ancient texts, scriptures, you name it. And I'm still, got a lot to go. I got a lot to learn, a lot more to learn. I've sat with sages around the planet. I've sat with pyramid priests, direct pyramid priests. I've sat in ancient temples talking to sages and medicine men in the jungles of Peru. Okay? I've done all this. Got the pictures and the photographs to prove it. Got video to prove it. Got the stamps on my passport to prove it. And I still got a lot to learn. So there's no way somebody can run up on me and tell me they watched a handful of videos the last couple of years of somebody else speaking and they got all the answers they need to run up and partner with me because they got all the answers. Sorry, man. Listen, I'm not out here selling dreams. I'm trying to get down to the real nitty gritty, man. I'm trying to get to the real nitty gritty. I've dedicated my life to this stuff. I've been doing this for a long, long time. My first excursion into a pyramid was right before my son, so 22 years ago. But 22 years ago, I climbed. I was one of the people fortunate enough, because back then it was open to climb. I climbed the pyramid of Chichen Itza, the pyramid of Kukulkan in Chichen Itza, 22 years ago. And I've been going and traveling the world ever since. I've been traveling this world now for 22 years, leaving this country and going to all these places and spending my own money to do it. I could have took all that money and invested it in something else and turned it into more money and sat back and relaxed and kept all the knowledge to myself and did nothing. Today, even, I don't have to do nothing. I don't have to get on no YouTube videos. I don't have to get on Instagram videos. I don't got to create no social media programs and accounts. And I don't got to do none of this stuff. The other day I sat here for 8 hours talking to people on a workshop. I don't have to do it. I don't. I'm doing it because I love it. Because I'm passionate about helping people get to the truth, period. I don't need this. I can be totally free to do whatever. I can travel the world for the rest of my life. I'm set. I don't need to do any of this. I can ride up until my sunset right now. Literally, I spend more money than I bring in, to be honest with you. Traveling, the trips alone was over $200,000 if you add up all my trip expenses. With no sponsor, because nobody wants to get behind a black guy that believes in aliens. No sponsor, period. No sponsor. All right? I'm doing it because I'm passionate about it and I love it. That's why I do it. That's literally why I do it. I don't consider it even a job. It's a passion. Remember I told you in my book, you want to make money, you find a passion and fill it. You find your passion, you find a passion and you find a need for that passion and you fulfill that need. And so then the side effect, money will come along to keep you going and do whatever you need to do. You don't chase money, you chase your passion. When you chase your passion, money appears. Money is a side effect of an energy exchange. That's all money is. It's a side effect of an energy exchange. If you're chasing after money, it's going to elude you. You're only going to get to a certain level. You're going to cap yourself. Stop chasing money. I don't even log into my bank accounts every day. I just have a general idea. You know why? Because if I log in and hunt, what's in there now? What went in? What came out? You know what that means? I'm afraid that abundance is going to stop. I don't like that. When I go to the grocery store, I don't check the prices of the food and things that I'm buying. I don't do it. I just, this brand, put it in the cart. I don't care if it's a sale, 2 for 1 off. I don't want it. I want abundance. I expect abundance. I just had brand new shade. You can see the shade here. I had these shades installed. These are motorized shades. I can press a button on my cell phone and I can make it go up and go down all around the house. The gentleman that came here, his name is William, good guy. And we sat here talking a little bit. He's actually into this kind of information, which is pretty cool. But there was an issue. There was a little bit of a glitch in the matrix when they came the other day to install this stuff. Some parts were missing, some pieces were missing, time ran out, installation didn't get completed in time. And I called the company and I said to them, we have a little bit of a situation. We got to figure it out. And the lady was getting very, very defensive. Like she thought I was getting ready to snap on them because, people spend this kind of money. I mean, these shades cost almost $20,000 to do my house. And people spend this kind of money. They expect excellence in everything. They expect it to go off right. All the parts to show up, everything to get installed properly on that day. They took the time off to do it. So matter of fact, they said, he said to me the other day when he came, he says, we're going to take this amount off because these pieces and parts didn't come in time and we didn't know and so forth and so on. I said, no, I'm going to write you the full check for the balance because I expect to have the rest of it installed and done. And then today when he came back, he said, when you called over there, she was, expecting that, you would start trying to haggle and get discounts. You want half off and arguing and screaming and complaining and trying to get some kind of special discount. I called that lady. I said, I'm not angry. And I'm not even frustrated. Listen to the tone of my voice. I'm calling you so that we can work this thing out. Because why? Because I expect abundance. Calling to complain and threaten, and I want a discount and give me 20% off of this because you guys screwed me up and blah, 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 blah. You know what that means? What that means to the universe is that means that you're afraid abundance is going to stop. That's why I don't do that. I don't do that. I expect abundance. Money never runs out. So I'm not going to be calling and going crazy and flipping off and acting like a psychopathic maniac because the service wasn't done right on the first day. I exude clean, pure Zen energy. And that energy brings me back everything I need and want to operate in this universe. And that's how I live my life. Somebody cuts me off in traffic. I don't run up on them and flip them off and scream at them through the window and all this kind of stuff. You know what I do? I bless them. I just say, hey, bless this person. Let them make it to their destination safely and on time, wherever they're going. Whatever they got going on, let them make it. Let them make it safely. You see the difference? That positive Zen energy going out is going to bring me back positive Zen energy coming in versus screaming and carrying on and chasing somebody down and trying to cut them off and flip them off and tell them blah, 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 and honking the horn. That's negative. That's low vibrational energy. You're gonna get the law of attraction you've been looking for. Low vibration law of attraction. See, the law of attraction works in both ways, low and high. Whatever you put out, you're gonna get back. You gotta learn how to control it, check yourself and control yourself. Because all that screaming and carrying on and telling these people that they screwed up my shades and everything else, all that's gonna do is destroy my Zen, destroy my physiology, and bring me back low vibration energy, which is going to mess up my my positive law of attraction, and mess up my abundance. And I don't intend to do that for nobody or no one or no thing. You got to know how to check yourself and know how to keep yourself in alignment. That's why I'm telling you guys, I learned so much traveling this planet. There's so much to learn. There's so much to learn. So much growing up we all got to do, including myself. I'm not there yet either. I got a lot of growing up to do still too. But together we can make it there, but it's going to take an effort on everybody's part. You can't sit back, here, listen to me say a couple of words, and then go regurgitate it. That's the same thing as going to church and listening to the preacher without doing any back-end research for yourself. Everybody's got to dig in. Everybody's got to do the research. Everybody's got to study. Everybody's got to have the knowledge inside of themselves and the location to where to access it as well. So that when your turn comes to impart wisdom and knowledge on somebody, it's backed by actual learned information, backed by research and energy and effort, not just by regurgitating somebody else's words. And that's what the majority of the stuff I see out here is. People just regurgitating what they heard somebody else say because they believe that person might know what they're talking about. That's a problem. That's a real problem. That's a real problem. When people run up on me and tell me they know this and know that, okay, give me verse number 4 in the Epic of Gilgamesh. Oh, what's that? Oh, never mind. Keep going, man. You ain't ready. You ain't ready. You're not ready. You didn't read the Epic of Gilgamesh? You didn't read the Atrahasis epic? You haven't read the Code of Hammurabi? You don't even know what the Code of Hammurabi is, do you? What about the Book of Adapa? Give me some verses from that. Are you there? What about, okay, let me come newer. What about the Apocrypha text? What's Apocrypha? Okay, forget it. You're not ready. You're not ready. You're not ready, man. There's levels to this. There's levels to this. You can't read a couple of books and watch 10 YouTube videos and think you know everything. We all got to keep learning. We all got to keep learning, and we got to go deep. We got to go into the ancient past so we can fix the future. All right. Again, I rambled a little bit too long. The links are in my bio. Links are in the caption of this YouTube video. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I appreciate every single one of y'all. And I will definitely see you guys on Saturday night for the Woke Doesn't Mean Broke workshop for people who own my book, Woke Doesn't Mean Broke. It's available on my website, forbiddenknowledge.com. It's sold out on Amazon. New shipment is on its way to Amazon. And all the people who had books from 2 weeks ago that got damaged in the snowstorm, all those books were shipped. And you should be able to log in and see your tracking numbers. Those books will be in your mailbox any second now. Sunday night, going to Mars, going to learn about the Atlantis, the Anunnaki, going to the Pleiadian star system. We're going to go to Aldebaran. We're going to go to the Epsilon Boötis constellation. We're going to go to Sirius A, B, and C. We're going to go to Tiamat. We're going to go back in time to Tiamat. We're going to go to Ceres. We're going to go to Mercury, Venus. We're going to go to Titan, Triton. We're going to Enceladus. We're going everywhere. We're going to take a journey. We're going to take a real journey. And we're going to learn some stuff. We're going to learn some stuff, all right? So peace, guys. My voice is going. I will see you guys later. I got to take care of something else right now. But I'll be back on very soon. See y'all soon. That's how we get.